everyone, welcome to Ekam IAS. I am the researcher. Today we are going to discuss about a topic that was in the news, that is gig economy. Gig economy was in news because Niti Aayog has recently released a report titled India's Booming Gig and Platform Economy. In the report, Niti Aayog states that 77 lakh jobs is created in the gig economy in the year 2020 to 2021. And in the report, it is also stated that about 2.35 crore jobs will be created in the gig economy by the year 2029-30. Niti Aayog also stated that the employment elasticity of gig workers to GDP growth is much greater than the employment elasticity of traditional employment to GDP growth. The word employment elasticity means the ability to generate jobs with economic growth. That is, the sentence means that gig economy has more potential to generate employment with the same degree of economic growth. That is, comparing to traditional employment, gig economy has more potential to generate employment opportunities with the same degree of growth. This is what is meant by this statement. Employment elasticity of gig workers to GDP growth is much greater than general employment elasticity. As we are UPSC aspirant, we have to learn about gig economy since it was in news. Gig, the word means that job for a short duration of time. That is, from this very statement, we can know that it is a temporary provision. It is a free market system in which temporary positions are common and organizations hire independent workers for short-term commitment. It means that the organization hire workers for a certain work. That is, organization hire a worker for a project to be done or for work to be done, and after that work or after that project, the worker will be detached from the organization. That is, the worker is not the permanent staff or permanent employee of that organization. In a much similar term, we can say that the worker is not the permanent employee or permanent staff of that organization, but he works for the company parallelly. This is what is happening in the gig economy. Then the workers working in the gig economy is termed as gig workers. Gig workers are those workers who earns livelihood from other than the traditional, that is, employee-employer relationship. Gig workers include independent contractors, freelancers, project-based workers, software developers, then our famous delivery boys, then Uber, film actors, etc. Then we can also include bloggers, YouTubers, also comes under gig workers. The main important feature of gig economy is that it is flexible and temporary. Flexible in the sense that no fixed schedule is there. In case of conventional employment, we have a time schedule. That is, you should work from 9 to 5 in case of government jobs, or the organization will fix a time schedule for you. In case of gig economy, workers can choose their time. For instance, for a college going students can choose the time of his or her work after the college time. This is what is meant by flexibility of workers. And temporary, as I explained earlier, this is a temporary provision. After the work is done, you get detached from the organization. This is flexible and temporary and not salaried. That is, in conventional employment, you will get salary at the end of every month. If you do the work or if you do not do the work, you will be paid. But in gig economy, you will be paid only if you had done the work. If you submitted the project, you will be paid. If you done the work, you will be paid. If you delivered a book or a food, you will be paid as the delivery fee. But if you not done the work, you will not be paid. This is what is happening in gig economy. And some of the features of gig economy are: gig economy helps to boost startup culture. That is, by startup culture, startups will be having financial difficulties. it would be difficult for them to pay their workers every month definite amount of salary. So what this startup will be doing is they will hire workers for in a contractual basis, that for a temporary period of time. For a certain work they will hire workers, and after the work is done they will be paid for that work, and they will be detached from the organization. This is what is happening in startup culture. So that startup gets money to run the business. Then social media marketing. Social media marketing means sitting in your home itself, you can showcase your talent so that organization can know about you, and they will hire you for that talent. This is what is meant by social media marketing. Like what we will see in bloggers, YouTube, we can see many paintings, many arts creations, etc. This is what is social media marketing. Next, multi-job extra source of income. You have a primary job, that is from 9 to 5. You have work, that is your primary job. After the work, in order to raise much more amount, you will be registered as a gig worker, and from that also you can earn a income. This is known as extra source of income. Then woman is facing many difficulties in the work field. Like woman is facing many difficulties like work life and family life balance. They need to take care of the family, their children. So the time schedule is the biggest problem for women. In this case, women in gig economy can choose their time schedule. That is, after sending their children or after finishing their work, they can choose the flexible time and the flexible place also, in nearby home or anywhere. By the gig economy, woman has been empowered since it can be according to her timings. Then physically challenged people. Physically challenged people will be finding it hard to compete with other peoples in the organizations, or it would be hard for them to go to firm to work over there. By sitting at home, these people can work. That is by submitting projects or by blogging or some other activities. These physically challenged people can earn. Then it can reduce disguised unemployment. Disguised unemployment means, for instance, in an agriculture field, 5 people can do a work with 100% efficiency. If for the same work 10 people has been assigned, then the efficiency got reduced and the output also get reduced. This is what is meant by disguised unemployment. Since the gig economy provides more employment opportunities, these additional workers can be hired for this gig working. That is how this gig economy reduces disguised unemployment. Then some of the drawbacks of gig economy are no medical insurance, no retirement benefits, no disability insurance, no paid maternity leave, no redressal for poor working environment, no medical insurance because you are not the regular or permanent employee of that organization. So you are not provided insurance from that organization, and no retirement benefits. Since gig workers are not provided with employment provident fund, they are also not provided with pension schemes. Then no disability insurance, no paid maternity leave. In gig economy, only if the work is done, you will be paid. If the work is not done, you are not paid. That is, if you are on leave, you will not be paid. And no redressal for poor working environment. This poor working environment will be always there in the news. Niti Aayog in the report also classified gig workers into platform and non-platform based workers. Platform based workers means these workers will be depending on an online platform or technology like Uber, then Swiggy, Zomato. This is what is platform workers, depending on online software, apps or digital platform. Then non-platform gig workers. Now, non-platform gig workers does not depend on online basis or does not depend on technology. These workers include casual wage workers, on-account workers in the conventional sectors, and working part-time or full-time. Niti Aayog has also made some recommendations like for gig economy, social security should be provided. This is the major recommendation made by the Niti Aayog. Social security in the sense that government should provide paid leave, occupational disease and work accident insurance, support during irregularity of work, and pension plans for the gig workforce in the country. And gig economy and environment. Code on Social Security 2020 recognized gig economy as gig workers under unorganized sector. Only this recognition was there on the code, but no further movements like social security benefits when it will be implemented. These details was not provided in this Social Security code. Then Code on Wages Act 2019 was passed, and this provide universal minimum wage and floor wage across organized and unorganized sectors. Then during the COVID-19 pandemic, major crisis faced by the government was migrant crisis. The government was having no idea about the number of people in the unorganized sector, number of people working in the unorganized sector. In order to have the number, government come up with e-Shram portal where the unorganized sector workers can register their names, and based on the number of people engaged in unorganized sector, government can come up with many policies for this unorganized sector workers. Gig economy can contribute much to our dream of being a 5 trillion economy by the year 2025. That is, we have more population, and by providing this population with employment, we can easily attain the target of being the 5 trillion economy. UPSC in previous years have asked one question from this topic, gig economy. That is in UPSC GS paper 1 2021, 10-mark question. Examine the role of gig economy in the process of empowerment of women in India. This was the question asked by UPSC. Please try to answer this question. Since this gig economy has come up in the mains question and being in current affair for the past 2 years, there is high probability for this question for the gig economy to come up in the prelims test. We have a model question to answer. That is, with reference to the gig economy, which of the following statements are correct? First one, gig economy is a free market system in which organizations hire independent workers for short-term commitment. Second statement, gig workers are those engaged in livelihood outside the traditional employer-employee arrangement. Third statement, freelancers, independent contractors, project-based workers and part-time hires are examples of gig workers. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? A 1 only, B 2 and 3 only, C 1 and 2 only, D 1, 2 and 3. Please try to answer this question and comment your answers in the comment box. The answer and the detailed explanation and the material will be provided in our Telegram channel. Telegram channel's links are provided in the description box. If you like this video, like, share and subscribe. Thank you.